So Mono is kind of troublesome for me because I test stuff normally on .NET, and then I test it on Mono, and invariably when they release a new version or when I add a new feature, something breaks, and then I have to go figure out why. And so I've done that quite a bit. I filed quite a few bugs against them and helped them fix them. But as of right now, Eagle should build and run correctly on the recent versions of Mono, which is 2.67 and 2.8. So if you need to run it on those platforms, it should work. How can I help? So if anybody does want to help, I could really use help in a number of different areas. Testing is actually a big help because right now Eagle's still classified as beta because I don't have enough people testing it to telling me, what's wrong with it in their environments. And it's pretty much not going to exit beta until I get more testing done on it. So, and also, it would be nice if people would help me write documentation and/or test cases. I know that's not glamorous work, but it would be useful. And also, as always, feedback and suggestions and blaming me as required. If I do something stupid, please feel free to tell me. I mean, you won't hurt my feelings. So this is the website. HTTPS, if you go to it, I added HTTPS just for security, but actually I don't have money to buy a certificate for it, so I just used a self-signed one. But any questions? Anyone?
Do you find yourself writing a lot of the interpreter over again, or are you using the stock Tcl interpreter as kind of a guide?
You mean as far as the design goes between the Eagle interpreter and the Tcl one? I'd say that the design has diverged quite a bit from what Tcl does in terms of what the interpreter does. And actually, I actually don't have all the functionality at the level of Tcl. I mean, the interpreter does what it needs to do just to make everything work. I mean, it doesn't expose a lot of extra services to the applications. I mean, it exposes some things that are specific to .NET that Tcl doesn't do, because it's designed to fit into the .NET ecosystem basically. So.
Joe, do you have plan to make something like Iron?
To make what?
When for example, we are talking about Iron Python, yeah?
Do I have plans to...
Do you plan to make something like Iron Tcl? Yeah?
Like Iron Eagle, you mean? Or Iron Tcl?
Iron
No.
Tcl.
Well, I mean, the reason they call it Iron Python and Iron Ruby is because it's associated with the DLR. And the DLR is, like I actually said in 2008, the DLR is basically unsuitable for doing a Tcl-like language because they basically assume that there's a fixed syntax and that there's keywords and that they can say, oh yeah, this is a procedure definition and so forth. And as we know, that's not extremely possible in Tcl, at least not without sacrificing a lot of dynamic features. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C-K, oh, so sorry. You guys don't even watch the Mickey Mouse Club.
M-I-C-A-E-Y-T-C-L-T.
As usual, last minute announcements. If you're going to Fermilab, remember that bring your conference badge and bring a photo ID. Passport. If you really need another conference badge, talk to Carol Lynn, but talk fast. We have a lunch coming up. It might be ready now. We're considerably ahead of schedule. So people who need to catch a flight might actually make it. And the lunch will be in the atrium very shortly.
Also remember, the USB sticks are all ready. Everyone who hasn't theirs, go to Carolyn and check it out.
And once again, thank you everybody, and as much as you can eat for lunch. And of course, those of you who have wives, whatever, with you.
Bring them back.
Yeah, then you need to.
6:15 Drury Lane.
Oh yes, at 6:15 we'll meet for Drury Lane. You don't need photo ID, you don't need a passport for that. And again, like I said, thank you everybody.
Cliff, I've got another question. Can we, the hospitality suite is closed today. Yeah. The hospitality suite. It's just it's the end of the conference. So
No, it won't be available. Yes, after the brewery.
what's after brewery?
The hospitality suite is not available anymore, but my room is right next to it. So if people want to, if you need to hang out someplace, I'll leave my door open.
We also have quite a big room if we can arrange for quite a few people over there. So we stay this night. If somebody stays, it will be good. Yeah.
Yes, but
Your video. I will have